All right, welcome back. So we are moving on to pork ribs. So we've got some baby backs here. I hate doing baby backs. I don't like doing them. I try to avoid doing them. Most barbecue spots you'll find, traditionally we use spare ribs, but in this case I have a customer that specifically begged for baby back ribs. There's a few reasons why I don't like doing them. For one, they're very delicate. I feel like they cook a little bit different. They're a little finicky sometimes, but you know, what the heck. Here we are, we're doing it. So we got a paper towel. We're just gonna give them a quick little dab. So membranes, let's talk about that for a second. Membranes, that's a thin layer. We just discussed that in the beef video. You can leave them on, and you could take your knife and you can do some cross scores and just call it a day. A lot of times on baby back ribs, that's what I do, only because they're so delicate that I don't traditionally like to rip the membranes off, only because a lot of times the meat is, it has a tendency to dry out if you rip them out too much, and so I don't really get into them too much from the membrane side. I traditionally like a scoring method. We'll go ahead and see how this one works in terms of if it wants to pull. Ripping membranes off can be a tedious job. It's not the most fun thing, but you want to kind of get a paper towel underneath it. I know it's a little hard to see. You want to use your fingers, try to lift it up. I don't know if you can see that. And then you want to go slowly with a paper towel. And you want to go slowly and try to just give a real easy, clean pull. And if you see how it comes right up? Okay, don't be frustrated. You're probably not going to get this the first time around. If you can get it all off in one piece, that's great. But the idea is to always try to pull real slow so you get each corner, and then do the middle last. So once we get all the way through this, as we can see, we're doing pretty good here. All right, boom. Membrane. No. Do not save this. Do not feed it to your dog. You cannot make sausages out of this. It's garbage. Throw it away. All right. So there we are with that. You could do a minimal amount of cleanup. There's not much you need to clean up. You can get rid of a little of this stuff. Not too much. We can flip over to the back side. If you see, these are pork baby backs are very lean. We will have a little layer of some of this fat. You can leave it. You can give it a little quick trim. I like to give it a little bit of a quick haircut. Boom, off that goes. All right, so that's looking clean. That looks good. It's good to always just take a paper towel, give it a nice little dabby dab. Flip back over on its backside. Boom. Done. Beautiful, beautiful looking rack baby back ribs. That's how it should look. Don't pull the bottom membrane off. Now let's move on to spares. This is my bread and butter. This is what I like to do. I'm fortunate enough now the same method would apply with regard to the membrane. See the difference here? Let's discard all this. We don't want this floating around. So we're gonna put this off to the side. Here, we're gonna get rid of this. And off this goes. And so, once again, pork spare rib. All right. So, with these, I'm fortunate enough to have a butcher that orders these for me by the case, and they actually prep them sometimes, meaning they trim them down to my specifications, and they actually as well rip off the membranes for me. So all I have to do is a little bit of cleanup here. So I like to just give them a little quick clean job. You'll see some chunks of fat here. Best way to discard of it is to try to move the knife away from you. Try to get some of those bigger chunks off. Once again, Victorinox. I don't know, this thing's so old I don't even know what it is, whatever. But that's about it. You know, these are pretty clean. My guys did a pretty decent job. I mean, you could keep trimming away as you want all day long. But there we go. A lot more striations, a lot more fat. Pork spare ribs. The one thing to watch out for is sometimes you'll get what's called, I like to call them the shiners. And that's this little bone here that's kind of popping out. Well, take your knife, get rid of it. Knock that guy off. Boom. Off. Bye-bye. All right. Now it's clean. So just run your hands through, see if it's smooth. Take some of this stuff. You see a flap hanging out. Boom. Off it goes. Okay. All right. Next. This is where, once again, we go through the next thing. Clean hand, dirty hand. Dirty hand, clean hand. All right. Clean, deformed hand. All right, you can use, once again, mustard, whatever you want. I don't like to go hot sauce with these. I only like to do that with beef. So this is just, I don't know what it is. A little bit of olive oil. You can use grapeseed oil. Doesn't really matter. Just a very little bit, just to give it a little bit of sticky. Helps the, helps everything, helps your rub kind of sit on it. Now I don't really think this one through too much. What am I gonna do? I'm just gonna hit it with, today on these, I don't wanna do anything too crazy. Gonna hit this, just, it's called my AP rub, sort of an all-purpose. It's got some nice color, it's got a little this, little that in it, you know, a little salt, you know. So always hit up the backside first. Boop, 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 boop. All right, pat it down. That's nice and happy. All right, you don't want to overdo it. There's not a whole lot to work with on these ribs in terms of meat, so they're very easy to oversalt. Black pepper, this is what I do. I love hitting with black pepper. Black pepper is barbecue. Black pepper is, if I could have 2 spices in the whole world, salt and pepper, baby, that's all you need. So, done. Flip it over. You do the same thing. So in reality, all I'm really kind of doing is a little, basically salt, pepper, but I've got a little bit of a dynamic fusion going on in my all-purpose. A little olive oil first. Boop. Another reason why I like spares, see how flat they sit? They sit nice and flat. Baby backs are curled up, so they cook a little funky. That's why I'm not a big fan. You know, sorry guys. I just don't get into it too much. So we'll give a little bit of all-purpose on here. A little bit, not too much. Just a little bit. Now here's where I'm gonna actually change it up on you. Just gonna give this a little something. All right. Hang on. Uh-oh. What are we doing? Ah, yes, of course. Had to find it. So, I don't know. Today, I just kind of felt like doing something a little different. So, we're gonna, with my clean hand, we're gonna come back, so shake your rub up really good, because it does tend to clump. All right. Hit it with a little bit of what I usually use on my chicken. And yeah, it's a little clumpy. Don't worry about that as it goes. You're just gonna break it up. Don't matter. Put it on there. All right. My rubs tend to do that sometimes. It's okay. So a little bit of chicken rub. Chicky. All right, that's good. All right, now happy. Now, once again, black pepper. Yep. The reason I like the black pepper is it gives it color. Gives it a really nice color. It takes on smoke really nice. The flavor actually sometimes gets a little bit on the sweeter side. So that's it, you guys. That's your rib prep. Baby back spares. Done.